You're tuned in to Nice-ish, the Carnival-specific podcast that addresses chat-worthy topics straight off the Caribbean social scene. It's your one-stop spot to get all the information you need to be successful in this carnival-chasing lifestyle. You'll be filled with knowledge and getting updates from me, Sha, and other professionals in the field of Bacchanal. It's time to get nice.
What up? What up? What up? We're back. Episode 8 on deck. Thank y'all for sticking with me this long. It seems like it's been forever, but it really hasn't. So last week I got back from Bacchanal Road weekend in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, just Trinidad. And I wanted to share with you how that went. I think a lot of people are curious to know, what it's like, what it's about. I think it's becoming more popular, of course. And so I'm just kind of going to share with you my thoughts on my experiences. There's a whole blog post to go along with this because I'm trying to keep this a little short because, got a lot going on. And I know y'all don't want to really hear me that much, or maybe you do. I don't know. So Bacchanal Road weekend, it happened. It fell on my birthday weekend. I headed down to Trinidad on February 6th. Whoop, whoop. And we had a we had a Bacchanal flight. There were a lot of us on that plane going down on a JetBlue flight. I think in total round trip, I definitely spent less than $400 for my ticket to head there. Direct flights going and returning. And I think it was a lot different than last year. Last year was my first year going to Bacchanal Road. And what I will say is that last year we kind of had to basically make our own agenda for the things that we wanted to do outside of Bacchanal Road because it was only Bacchanal Road. There was nothing else going on. We did a private cruise down the island and then kind of just chilled other than that in Port of Spain. But this year things got hype. So there were other promoters that came out and created events like Yup Life. So they had their own kind of Bacchanal weekend, which they named that, which I thought was interesting because of what Caesar's Army had going on. But I think that's another conversation. But anyway, Yup Life had their own package. And they also were selling individual items. So they had a boat ride that was going down the island on the Friday. So on the 7th, they had a cooler cruise that we purchased tickets for. It was about $37, I believe. And it came with finger foods. So you really can't beat that. You have a boat ride, you're going down the island, you're bringing your own drinks or whatever it is that you want to consume, and that's that. So for that Friday, all was well. I was annoyed at Yup Life because they kept posting on all of the communications. It said that the boarding would start at 11 o'clock. So guess what time Shamir arrived at the dock? 11 o'clock. No, I didn't arrive. I had people arrive before me who then passed on the message that said, they were like, y'all must not be from around here because we're really not starting boarding until 12. We only put that down there because people don't show up on time. Well, what do you ask you putting down 11 o'clock for if you know that you ain't starting at 11? Anyway, I was very annoyed by that. However, I used it to my benefit and we went and collected some KFC for ourselves before we went on the boat. But that annoyed me. Like, you know that you're not starting at 11, but you're going to put 11 o'clock down because you feel that Trinidadians do not arrive to things on time because they're going to start arriving at 12. That's not fair. Anyway. So I was annoyed by that, but I got past it. Had a wonderful time on the boat. Somebody performed. I don't know who it was, but they did a good job. I appreciate it. Was hot AF, or maybe I was just in a certain place, but it was really hot. And I was thankful for that pit stop where we got to get off, enjoy the sand, enjoy the water, take some photos. Anybody know that guy that was taking pictures of us? when we docked, holler at me so that we can stalk him for our pictures. But it was a really, really nice time. We got back on the boat, mashed it up some more. I don't even know who the DJ was. Shout out to the DJ or DJs, because y'all put on some tunes. Like when y'all put on Onika Bostic. Anyway, I lost my mind, but it was great. I loved, really had a great time at Bacchanal Boat. Yeah, nothing really bad to say except that whole, time start situation was the only thing that annoyed me. So big up yourself. After Bacchanal Boat was Roadblock. So the way that Caesar's Army did it, again, they did a package situation. You could purchase individual tickets, you could purchase combos, or you can purchase the entire weekend. So there was Roadblock, which was after Bacchanal Boat. So we went back. I was staying in South with my turn up posse. And so we went home after the boat ride, got some rest, went to Roadblock probably around 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And Roadblock was a Juve Fete. It was basically a block party, but it was a paint, powder, everything, block party. And upon arrival was just vibes. Of course, per usual, took myself straight to the front. I think, Ryan was playing. Private Ryan was playing. I don't know if he was playing the entire time, but music was on point. And I had a wonderful, wonderful time at Roadblock. It was popping. It was on and popping. Number of performances. So Bungie was there, Fayan was there, Lyrical performed, somebody else performed. I don't remember who. And no, it was lit. Of course, Miss Crazy Sexy Cool. We had to do another surf. Frickin' Jules did a surf. There were a number of there was a lot of crowd surfing happening, but it was just great. From when I tell you elements were being saturated on our bodies, it was intense. I mean, you all know, if you've been to Ambush, if you've been to any Juve like Caesar's Army event, then you know that Armageddon red powder makes an appearance and it does not go away. So everything was in OD mode. The powder was OD, the water was OD, the paint was OD. There was one point actually, and I'm looking forward to seeing this picture, where they started throwing out bottles of paint, and then they wanted us to wait until a specific time to start and fling it, because I know that photo is going to be epic, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like. So big up yourself. Roadblock was truly, truly, truly amazing. I did have to take a timeout at the end because I was like, I can't see. Right? I cannot see out my eyes or through my eyes. The water is beginning to be, it's overbearing. It's like the guy shooting the hoses, aiming it directly at my face. And I have to move. I have to go away to a safe place. And that's what happened. So other than that, I had a great time, but it did become, it was too much. It was too much. So after that, going back south, trying is the key word, to clean up after that definitely required a couple of showers. One shower wasn't going to do it. I probably still have paint or powder somewhere in some crevice of my body. My earbuds are now pink because of Caesar's Army. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And so after that was Beach House, where, you gotta be jazzy and you gotta be all cute and whatever. So it's like, I'm probably gonna have some paint left on me after this, but don't judge me. Okay. So yeah, another event that was added to the weekend was Beach House on the Hill. So the upside for us was that it was happening in San Fernando, and that's where my crew and I were staying. And I think everybody in South was very excited for Beach House to be there. And I had never been to a beach house event, so this was going to be a first for me, and I was excited about it. I wanted to get jazzy, and you know things are official when I bring my wedges, right? I brought some wedges with me to Trinidad. I packed them in my carry-on to be, you know, a little cute and classy or whatever. And yes, my feet did hurt afterwards, and I'm probably not going to do that again. But it was a great time. So beach house, all inclusive. I think we paid, this ticket might have been $150 or something, $125. Don't quote me. Don't remember. It was way back in November, I think, when I purchased it. So beach house, the food was amazing. There were about probably seven or eight different tents with their own type of cuisine. They let you know from the menu boards what was being served. All I know is I'm about to go and research how to make sorrel slaw. It was so good. The doubles lady was probably tired of seeing me because I went back so many times. They had just had a really, really nice menus for that evening. I did not indulge in any alcoholic beverages. I think I had literally 2 cups of something the entire weekend, so I didn't go back and forth. But I did have a lot of ginger ale and a lot of water and a lot of cranberry juice. So I tried to, you know, use that as much as possible. But for everyone else there that was drinking, they got their money's worth indeed. So beach house was great. I loved all the performances. Kes was there, and of course Voice performed, Dear Promoter with him, which was great. Nadia was there. Swappy was there with his interesting ensemble, and I think, was that everybody? But yeah, it was just nice. It was beach house. Well, that beach house did have an older crowd, but you had the younger crowd as well who was there to keep the vibes. And it was nice. It was a very nice event. After beach house was Bacchanal Road LED, or just LED, which was basically a midnight mass kind of feel. Originally, we were supposed to try to get to LED earlier than planned, but because we were having such a great time at Beach House, we stayed later than we were supposed to, and ended up going to LED on the later side. LED was supposed to end at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. I think we arrived around 1:30, 2 a.m., stayed for like maybe an hour, 2 hours or so, just liming and chilling. I think if we arrived on time, it would have been great. I did appreciate seeing my boo Preeti perform a number of his songs live, Lost and Found and all of that. So that was nice. But yeah, my feet were done from Beach House. I was kind of just ready to go. But other than that, I think, like, again, if we arrived on time, it would have been great. And next year, if I go again, and next year, if they do it this way, I would definitely kind of maybe choose a different combo package. I probably won't do all of the Caesar's Army things, or maybe I'll, do Roadblock and Bacchanal Road as opposed to Roadblock LED and Bacchanal Road. It was a lot, especially if they have Beach House again on the hill. But for those who went, I think LED was a really nice time. And then the finale of going to Bacchanal Road this year was great. So before I even talk about this year, last year I truly enjoyed myself, and I loved what Caesar's Army did. The part that messed it up for me was the ending. And for some reason, somebody thought that it was going to be a great idea for Bungie and Skinny and Masho to try and record a piece of the family video at Bacchanal Road right before we crossed the stage, which was pure confusion, and all you had was people sitting up there trying to be a part of the video. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm just trying to enjoy myself, trying to cross this stage, trying to have a great ending to this epic day. And y'all just effed it up. So it was really annoying. It was too many people trying to be seen, crossing the stage. It was just like a modge podge of people. So that is what kind of ruined it for me. And I was really hoping that nobody was going to try and record a video this year. Thankfully, my prayers were answered. And it was great. We got there at a decent time, probably like an hour after it began. And because I really wanted to take everything in that they were offering. So Bacchanal Road is really like this festival. Like, there's so many things to do. They had the Macajumbis, and they had the Stiltmen, and they had the old time mass, and they had so many different like photo shoot options. So they had like a booth where you and your friends could get on this wheel that was turning, and it would record you doing a video, and you would get that. It's basically like a long boomerang, right? And so that would be sent to you guys. And then you had other people walking around with different photo options. There were so many different things that you could eat. There were snow cones, and there were slushies, and there were popsicles, all these things that were being handed out. There were different stations for so many. It was really, they pump you up before you get on the road. There's like different things that you can do, which is what I really love about it. Taking the time, so many photo opportunities, taking the time to just lime with your crew and see different people, and then head out for the whatlessness. So that's why I enjoyed Bacchanal Road. So if you go next year, make sure that you get there in time to enjoy all the amenities and things that they have for you before the trucks start moving. And then once they start moving, it's vibe. So I think this year there was like 4 trucks or so. So you just find that one truck that you can groove with, or if they're not playing what you want, then you go to the next one. It really is like a road experience. So the reason why I love going, and why I love the fact that they added on, so much more to this weekend, is because it's like going to Carnival, but not. And so just watching and looking at everybody wearing all their different like Monday wear outfits. Now, listen, all I got to say is I am so glad that I went with the option of attire that I went with, because I almost wore the same damn thing that I saw like 6 other people wearing. I would have been tight. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But Bacchanal Road was amazing. Crossing the stage, didn't even realize that Iowa was singing Stage Is Not Good Again, or Stage Gone Bad live. I was like, oh shoot, that song, like when I heard that song at Bacchanal Road, I was like, this is it. Like, this song didn't hit the same way that it did in my earbuds, but right now, behind the stage, about to cross this stage, it sounds amazing. And it was everything. It was a really, like, y'all did that. Bacchanal Road was amazing. And don't just hear it from me. I have a couple people who shared some voice notes with me, who shared their Bacchanal Road experiences with me. So I'm going to share them with you. Just a quick disclaimer. Some of them are still recovering from Bacchanal Road weekend. So you might hear a little rasp in their voice. You might hear a little congestion. Okay, they're getting back to their normal selves. All right, give them a little leeway.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Just this sickness. Here to drop that voice note about Bacchanal Road. Okay, let's get down to it. Touchdown on Thursday. Went on the Ave, got some food. Getting them good gyros. First was the Yup Light boat ride. Was lit. Of course, my team, chain up, big up yourself. We killed it anywhere we go. So I was going to have fun anyway. Let's see. Next fete was, I believe, Beach House. No, I will not return to that. Beach House on the Hill. I believe it's the first time they had it. I'm not doing that again. bunch of old folks. And I mean, of course, my team made it live, but yeah, I would cut next time. I'm saving my $80, $60, just saving my money. Bacchanalia Road itself was live. How could you miss that? Oh, before that, the Juve. Jesus Christ. I will forever have a piece of my soul at that Juve. But Bacchanalia Road is a must. You get everything you need in a whole weekend. Like, how do you cram everything just to get you over to the next carnival? I will be back. And that's that.
Bacchanalia Road weekend, it was really vibes from start to finish. There were a lot of events outside of the actual Caesar's Army events that were happening as well. So I was able to go to some of those as well. So Rise and Roast, Beach House, even did a little DDI. And then, Bacchanalia Road on Sunday, which to me felt really like a Carnival Monday type of experience. And as someone who loves Carnival and hasn't been able to get to Trinidad in a few years, this was really a good alternative. And I left feeling very, very satisfied about going. You're able to get in, get out. You're able to get a good pump in, and you can do it for really a third of the cost. So that right there is really one of the pluses about it being able to go for Bacchanalia Road weekend. And I would definitely do it again.
My review of Bacchanalia Road was that it was a 10 out of 10. I enjoyed everything thoroughly. You got an all-inclusive, a concert, a Juve, the road experience. What else do you need in 5 days? It was fun. It was amazing. High energy. Everyone was enjoying themselves. There were no dull moments. I would definitely recommend it and go back in 2021. I cannot wait.
Not only was it my first time going to Trinidad, it was my first time going to Bacchanalia Road weekend. And it was simply amazing. First, the flight round trip cost me exactly $400. I'm sure if I bought it earlier, it would have been less, but I thought that was pretty good. Roadblock gets an A. Beach House on the Hill gets an A from me. Unlimited food, unlimited drinks, the performances, the vibes, the air-conditioned potties. Then the main event, Bacchanalia Road, I had an amazing time on the road. I must say the vibes was everything. Crossing the stage a couple of times was everything. They would definitely see me again for that weekend. Amazing!
Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode of Nice-ish. As always, I'm grateful for your time and attention. Stay plugged in by subscribing to this podcast, my website, tingznice.com, and following me on all social media platforms. Visit the show notes for all the links and the plugs related to this episode. If you ever have questions about anything we discuss on the show, be sure to hit me up at info@tingznice.com. And remember, sharing is caring, so please pass this podcast on to anyone you believe will benefit from the information. I'm going to check y'all later.